performances tonight. Inside, Shaquille O'Neal has grabbed 21 points. Kobe Bryant has grabbed 18. But look at the scoring inside by LA on the Knick interior. John, you talked about this at the top of the show.
Well, that's what was extremely important. But Thomas had to do a good job. Doliak has to do a good job. And Carl Harrington has to do a good job. But it wasn't just Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin. The thing that troubles me is the permitting them to penetrate the way they did, as Kobe showed us at the end.
Danny, Kobe Bryant picking up where he's left off the previous 4 games, averaging 39 points a game tonight. He's right on track.
Well, that second quarter, that finish, that dunk, that three-point shot, I mean, it's just spectacular. The guy is on fire right now. They're trying to double-team him, too, taking him out of the open court, which is opening up opportunities for everybody else. But their double-teaming still isn't stopping Shaq or Kobe.
Well, it wasn't one of those showboat dunks. He was angry when he did that.
Shooting by the Lakers, almost 60%. The Knicks are not too shabby, 48% themselves. 6 free throw attempt disparity in free throws and 10 more rebounds for Los Angeles. Right before halftime.
Well, you just hope that the Lakers aren't going to come out tentative in the second half, because this first half finish is unbelievable. Everybody is playing on all cylinders. They're getting dunks, they're getting lanes, they're getting three-pointers. They're doing everything, just dominating the game.
Danny, look at who they've beaten the last 4 games. Indiana Tuesday, Utah by 12, Saturday, Sacramento by 9. Last Friday, Phoenix by 9 a week ago. I mean, good quality playoff bound team.
Absolutely. And New York's been playing good basketball, too, lately, especially on their home court. So, you know, this competition they're playing, they definitely are back.
Shed doubled inside, outside to Rick Fox, who launches a 3 and parries it. And the Los Angeles Lakers have gone 5 of 6 above the three-point arc tonight.
Well, Phil Jackson said that they were playing as well as any team in the NBA the last few games. And obviously, they're playing as good as any, if anything else right now. But the thing that they have done is not only regain their swagger, but they've put the fear factor back in opponents now if they continue to play like that.
Isley with the foul on the 2-on-1 break. And let's swing it to Craig Sager.
Well, missing part of the feet court right now. Allen Houston is in the locker room. He complained at halftime that he bruised his wrist in the first quarter and started to swell up. Trainer Mike Saunders took a look at it, and he is not going to return in the second half. It's not only the right wrist that was bruised. However, we talked to John Chaney. He said that these guys are professionals, and when Kobe made that dunk in the late in the second quarter, he thought his team just collapsed and started looking around and not playing the way they should. He also says we need to help out, not only on Kobe, but Shaq, and forget about the three-point shooters. We can't guard everybody.
Yep. Thank you, Craig. Lakers out there with Bryant, O'Neal, Samaki Walker, Fisher, and Fox. Shandon Anderson has taken the place of Houston. Driving inside is Kobe Bryant. And a foul. Anderson, Harrington, Sprewell. Isley just picked up that foul, and Kurt Thomas picking up his. Megan Anderson picks up his first foul.
Well, and that's a terrible thing to have said about you if your coach said once a dunk was made in the ball game, the whole team collapsed.
Sprewell had him. There he goes again. Time inside. That circles off. Fox, the offensive rebound. Lakers have a commanding lead on the glass, plus 11.
Well, Houston's been bothered by a sore back and a bad toe. I think it's a combination of everything. His body's just beat up.
Howard Isley, one of the top assist men in the NBA. And only 3 of 11 shooting threes last 5 games. Knocks in that right there. He's got 8 points tonight. Kobe's ready to just do about anything acrobatic he can think of. He's concocting one great move after another.
Sprewell's too close, but Kobe's got his back turned right here. It's too easy. If you're that chest to chest on him, you know, that's just too easy to drive. When the guy turns his back, you got to retreat defensively a little bit with your forearm or your hand into his backside.
Well, particularly once he touches the ball. If you're touching him, he doesn't have to look for you anymore. He can feel you. You can look at the floor and see where he wants to go.
Bryant with the miss. Walker with the rebound. Back out to Fisher. They swing it to Fox. Another 3 on the way. And down the pipe it goes.
Well,
6 of 7, John. 6 of 7 3-point shooting for the defending champion.
And absolutely, Kevin, that graph you showed with the effectiveness of scoring inside by the Lakers, that opens it up for the outside shooters like Fox. And if they hit those shots, then the Lakers will cause trouble for anybody.
unbeatable when they do that. I mean, it's unbelievable. But you see that we talk about the swagger of the Lakers, and we look over on the Knicks, and their heads are all down. They call timeout. They walk in, they're all discouraged and frustrated because you're sitting there going, okay, we stop Shaq, we double team him, open three. They're picking their poison, and they're getting beat in every element.
Well, Danny, as you said earlier, the Knicks have been playing well at home. They've won 3 straight games at home, and the record here is 15-12.
Well, you know, I just think that the Knicks are not a great team, especially on the interior. They don't rebound the ball very well. They don't have any low post scoring. They don't get to the free throw line. They rely on the three-point shot, so they're up and down. But they have been playing well, and the Lakers are vulnerable to that three-point shot, so you feel like they have a chance. But even though they've been shooting the ball well, the Knicks, from the outside, they just can't get the inside basket.
And the Lakers have been underachieving. Who are we kidding? You talk about a championship team. What they have to regain are the two things that we said. Their swagger, and it's still fair that a championship puts on a team that they come into playing it. How about that? We get it out, see what he's doing. This boy's unbelievable.
Kobe's got 20. Shaq has 21. Leading scorer for the Knicks out for the game. Bad wrist for Allen Houston. Isley's hit 2 in a row. Rebound. Samaki Walker.
And that's all they get. I mean, they don't even sniff the paint unless they get a fast break.
Shaq 8 of 13. Fifth one that time by Thomas.
Well, he turned him outside. Shaq was fading. He didn't get a lot of lift on that shot.
Thomas inside. One time in college, he led the country in scoring and rebounding in the same year. Only 3 others have done that. TCU is where he played collegiately. Samaki Walker picks up his first foul.
They just let him play one-on-one down there. There's no help coming, but he does a good job. Just takes the first 2 goals, forces Shaq to shoot those baseline jumpers, doesn't even get close. And then he takes advantage at the other end. He runs down, knowing Shaq is still talking to the ref, still lazy getting down there with an 18-point lead, and he gets the first touchdown on the low post.
He's not done a good job, but tomorrow he'll pay for it. He'll be so tomorrow, pushing that big fella around.
He got a week off.
Trading deadline, guys, is 2 weeks away. February 20th. Sprewell's been talked about. Danny, you touched on it in the first half. Kurt Thomas's name has been thrown around. What can the Knicks do? They've got incredibly significant salary cap issues right now.
I don't see how they can trade Kurt Thomas, not unless they get a better player, which I just don't see that happening. The same with Charles Sprewell. I mean, Sprewell, they can move, but if they're going to just try to unload money for a cash transaction, you know, that's not the Knicks style. They're so far over the cap anyway. I can't see them doing it. I think they'll both be here for the summer.
So you don't want to deal a very good player for a good player. You hope that you at least get your value back. And the Knicks, as you indicated, this is very true, although they're probably overachieved so far. The Knicks are depleted as far as talent is concerned. You get rid of Sprewell and Thomas. My God, what do they have?
Bryant now has 22. Derek Fisher just picked up his second foul as Isaac puts it in.
These are 2 tough guys right here, though. They're really competing. Sprewell there gets too tight. He can control the ball. I guess they thought that ball was touched by Sprewell because that looked like a travel to me, but still a spectacular shot.
Knicks will be $50 million plus over the cap this summer. The luxury tax will take effect. That's dollar for dollar.
Well, plus McDyess was excited to play with Sprewell, both Alabama guys. And, oh my goodness. I mean, we can't even have a chance to talk because Kobe's just putting on a show here.
One acrobatic shot after another. 24 now for Kobe Bryant. Fisher was hit by
Thomas.
Kurt Thomas, yeah, with the tip. Bryant touch pass to O'Neal. This display is just mesmerizing.
You know, Sprewell's good defensively. I mean, he does a great job. But Kobe's having a tough time one-on-one. But right there, the big guys for the Knicks. I mean, it's just, we keep harping on it. They have no interior defense, but they don't help on the perimeter either. That was awful right there by Weatherspoon stepping out on the track.
Well, he split 2 guys. I mean, in 3 if you count his man that was sitting in the screen, and that was an unbelievable play. That's hard to defend anyway.
Shaq from the free throw line tonight, 70%, 7 of 10, 60% for the season, 53% for his career. Shaq's got 23, Kobe's got 24. Sprewell, great fake. Easily nicely. 13 points in 16 minutes. 8 have come in this third quarter.
So see the Lakers practicing a little zone, maybe a little playoff zone right there. They got a 20-point lead and a good opportunity, and they were moving a lot on that zone defense right there. I was impressed.
And that's what was good about it, Dan. You had three guys rotate towards the ball. Isley just hit a tough shot. You're absolutely correct. The Lakers definitely were working that time.
Lakers shooting 57% from the field. Knicks, a very respectable 48% from the floor. Out of bounds, turnovers tonight. Lakers with 10, Knicks with 13.
And that's what Walker's got to be able to do. He plays off of Kobe that time. The defense went to Kobe. He sliced to the basket. He couldn't get the handle on it to pick it up.
Eventually picked up by Fisher. A three. Carrington didn't jump high enough. Walker did. Walker gets the rebound. Lakers play like this, fellas. The first and second round, Western Conference playoff is going to be phenomenal. Because I don't know if there's a lot of wiggle room right now in the West.
And Howard Isley here swearing at the Knicks fans in the front row. They're getting on him. Howard Isley's playing fine.
Kobe Bryant once again. He's a flamethrower. Kobe Bryant has put in 27 points.
You know what? I mean, there's a lot of talk about MVPs and all that kind of stuff, but if he keeps playing at this level that he's played the last 5 games, I mean, he's definitely got himself back in the hunt after a slow start this year. He will definitely make consideration.
I agree.
I don't. I certainly think he's playing fantastic, but they've got to make the playoff number one first, and then they've got to be reasonably successful. I still go with Chris Webber right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's back in the hunt.
He is. He's playing extremely well. He's back in the hunt, but he's not chasing the rabbit yet.
Chris Webber's on the bench.
But here's what John's talking about. Without Shaq, they were 4-9. Kobe was the guy. With Shaq, 19 and 14. So, John, you've got those numbers in your bag.
Why are you bothering to explain this to him?
Well, what does that have to do with anything? First of all, these guys are playing terrible. I know Kobe was playing good early in the year, not as good as he's playing now.
He's playing well. That's another mark on yours.
He's playing good, too. He's playing awesome. Sweet. Hey, but I mean, the guy makes all the clutch shots for this team, and I'm just saying if they continue at this pace, I'm just assuming that they're going to get back in the play.
Kobe is playing as well as anybody is playing right now in the NBA. Chris Webber is the MVP.
Stanislav Benedetto is in the game. Kobe Bryant, 27 minutes, 27 points. 11 of 17 from the field. He's done it inside with what was a great shot there. A dazzling array on the world's biggest stage.
Wednesday, an international football double. On Sky Sports 1, it's a new manager and a new era for the Irish. With a trip across the sea to face dirty folks Scotland. Over on Sky Sports 2, England welcome Australia, determined to show the Aussies who's boss when it comes to football. Yes, for England! 2 games, 2 channels, 1 time. An international football double live this Wednesday at 7, Sky Sports 1 and 2.
Looking for even cheaper car insurance? Then try elephant.co.uk. It's simple, it's easy, it's fast. Is that it? Isn't this a 30-second ad?
Set up for the dance routine. 1, 2.
So check out elephant.co.uk now. It's simple, it's easy, it's fast. It's elephant.co.uk. Remember, elephant.co.uk.
NASN, the TV channel for every North American sports fan. Watch at least 15 live and delayed events every week, including baseball, hockey, NASCAR, college basketball, and football, plus original sports news and talk. Subscribe now to see North American sports every minute of every day. Call 08708-503030 or visit NASN.com. NASN is every play, every day.
A carefree billionaire. This is no job for a grown-up. Being rich and famous, having meaningless affairs.
Structures.
Yes, that is a very good case. A sensible lawyer. What I really need is a new chief counsel.
Already.
Alrighty. Oh, they're both stuck.
Join us. We were just brainstorming.
Working together. Sandra Bullock.
I think you're the most selfish human being on the planet.
Hugh Grant.
This is silly. You met everyone all the time?
2 weeks' notice.
I am really good at it. I can bend like a pretzel.
I like to extract the filling.
I like it with chips.
I like two at a time, baby. Yeah! How do you? Yours.
Mojo. Modern. Retro. Symbology. Simple technology. Space. Spontaneous. Safe. Do you speak micro?
Many of the league's players have the weekend off, but they'd rather be playing because it's All-Star Weekend, and the best 24 players in the world are in Atlanta to show off their skills in All-Star 2003. You can see live coverage of the 2003 All-Star Game here on Sky Sports in the early hours of Monday morning at 1 a.m. on Sky Sports Extra. It's basketball's most prestigious event, so make sure you join us. Now, let's get back to the action in New York, where the Knicks are playing host to the LA Lakers, who rejoin the action in the third quarter. The Lakers lead 80-56.
Sprewell went 9 of 9 from three-point territory against the Clippers Tuesday night here. Knocks that in. Sprewell's got 15. Allen Houston out for the game with the wrist injury. X-rays being taken right now.
Getting back to this whole thing, I'm not saying Kobe's the MVP. I agree with Coach Chris Webber, although he's the MVP in this game right now. I can tell you that. Holy cow, every time we start talking about him, he just makes another miracle shot. But you know, you got to have Chris Webber, Kobe, Jason Kidd, Tim Duncan, Shaq, and Kevin Garnett are in the hunt. One of those guys will be MVP when it's all. There's a lot of games to be played, and I'm just saying Kobe is back on the ballot.
Well, and there's no question about that. I think the guy is a great, great player because he plays at both ends of the floor. It's bad enough to put people in an all-star game without your team winning. But I don't want to give somebody the MVP unless their team makes the playoffs and is having a significant impact on almost winning it. And his is not even in the playoffs right now.
Kobe's got 30 for the 5th consecutive game or more. Let's go to Craig Sager.
We mentioned the X-rays for Allen Houston. They are negative. I talked to Allen. He said he got hurt a minute into the game, got hit on the wrist. It wasn't until halftime it started to swell. That's why I wasn't able to continue to play, but the X-rays are negative.
That's Kirk Thomas. Rebound by Fox. Lakers continue their domination on the glass. Right now they are plus 15 in rebounding tonight. Lakers shooting 58%.
You know, Don Chaney was absolutely correct.
Right between the eyes. Kobe Bryant with 33 points.
Don Chaney was absolutely correct about the Lakers. I mean, about the Knicks. About the Knicks surrendering after that dunk. You want to see your team get more competitive, not less competitive on the performance of a competitor.
Weatherspoon. Shaq with the rebound. Shaq tonight 26 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Lakers have hit their last 7 3-point attempts, 8 of 9. Bryant again. Kobe with 35.
I don't know what else they can do. I mean, they're trying everything defensively. They're double teaming him on the pick and roll, they're pushing the pick and roll baseline, they switch players up on him. I just don't think they have anything to stop Kobe.
Lee Nayland is in the game for the first time and he misses.
Shaq play a little point guard here.
The toes don't need that. Give it up and get back down, big fella.
He needs it a couple times a game just so he doesn't get bored. He might not pass this.
He's working on Anderson, a pretty good defender. The other end for Shandon Anderson. Fisher there to defend. A foul on Fisher. Count the 2 for Shandon Anderson. Kobe Bryant, 35 points in 29 minutes tonight.
just everything. I mean, three-point shots, get to the free throw line, shooting with his left hand, driving, posting up, shooting fadeaways.
And then even when that ball was taken away from him on that last possession, he dove and made a tremendous defensive effort to try to get that ball back. And that's what goes unnoticed because of his great offensive ability.
We are at Madison Square Garden, which has been treated tonight to one of those special performances that I'm sure even if you're not a Laker fan, you've got to appreciate, you've got to admire. It's phenomenal what we're watching tonight with Kobe Bryant, who has outscored the Knicks himself 17-16 in this quarter. Bryant getting it back in the catch. And Shaquille O'Neal with 27, Kobe with 35.
Well, Kobe got hammered going to the basket right there by Kurt Thomas. No call, but the result was good. Pretty good, easy basket for Shaq. Inside again.
Lee Naylor. Outside for Anderson. Stepped out of bounds.
You know, during each timeout, they keep checking the rim down here at the New York Knicks basket. They keep saying, hey, why don't we put it down at 8 feet and give them a chance? But I think the defense by the Lakers is causing the Knicks to have a little bit of blurry vision right there. They think that basket's crooked.
What they don't realize is they're running to the perfect storm, Kobe. That's exactly what he's doing right now. You can measure the rim all you want to. You better guard it and follow the team.
That's a sign of a great player, too, when he causes you to kick the rims look blurry.
He kicked it. Well, tonight, Bryant's got 35. And 17 of those points have come in this third quarter, where he shot 70%. As you can see, he's outscored the Knicks team by 1.
This is one hell of a performance. You hear so many people compare it to Michael. This is more Michael-like than most things that I've seen in this league. I mean, you hear a lot of guys who put on shows and do fancy things they compare to Michael, but his playing at both ends and what he does in a competitive situation is as close to most things that I've seen with Michael.
Sean, I think you make a very good point. We'll pick that up in a second as we go to break 6.
You also have to remember how far Kobe Bryant has come. I remember his rookie year when he averaged just 7 points a game as a 17-year-old. There was an injury to Eddie Jones. He got into the starting lineup for a stretch of 3 games. He scored over 20 and scored 30 points. Del Harris afterwards said, that's the worst thing that could happen. I said, what do you mean the worst? It's got to be the greatest thing for his confidence. He goes, no, now he'll be able to think that he can shoot all the time, and it'll be easy to score 30 points in this league. Well, I guess a few years later, it is easy for him to score 30.
Medvedev digging his way for 2. Well, Dana, you've seen great players going back to the 70s. Jonathan going back to the 50s.
Watch his
30s. 60s.
Watch yourself.
Yeah, who's going to be the better player? But my question is, this 5-game span where he has averaged almost 40 points a game, taking this team on his back, leading them to what could be their 5th consecutive win tonight. And back into the... Is this as good a 5-game span as you've ever seen?
You know, this is like the great players. You know, we see Tracy McGrady, who's had 8 games plus over 30 points recently. And great players, it's amazing. You know, I always get hot in a game or a half. And I have a great game every now and then, like most role players. But Larry Bird used to stay hot for 6 weeks. And he used to go in these kind of stretches. It was amazing. And the great ones do that. They go for game after game with a lot of stretches. But so far this year, this is definitely the best. I mean, this is so fun.
This is unbelievable. Kobe Bryant with 38 points in 31 minutes continues to dazzle the sellout crowd at Madison Square Garden. Fisher knocked it away. Harrington gets it back. Buck 18 to play here in the third quarter.
The Lakers defense is awesome. They are moving and running and scrapping.
Nice shot put up and in by Shandon Anderson, the former Rocket and former Utah Jazz player.
We can talk all we want. You know, the Lakers, they kind of tried to turn it on Christmas Day against Sacramento. Sacramento took their best punch, and that was devastating to the Lakers because they played so hard that day. But you know what? And they started facing the other team's best shot. But they keep playing that hard night in and night out like they have been. That's why they're winning all the games.
Fox missing. Kobe got whacked in the eye. And a little blurry-eyed as it goes back the other way on defense with a half minute to play here in the third. The Knicks are shooting 47%. Lakers are shooting 60. That's right, 6-0. Shannon Anderson.
That was a very good pass by Thomas. He reacted to the double team. The cutter made a great cut, and he threw it to Anderson.
Lakers Lakers have led by as many as 34. The Knicks have had one lead of a point tonight.
If you put Shaq and Kobe out on the court and take any two Lakers and let the Knicks play with 5 against 4, I think the Lakers would still win this game.
The crowd is stunned.
The Knicks fans are starting to cheer for Kobe now.
Wouldn't you?
No.
Last time down, remember now, on the offensive side, he got inadvertently hit in the face by the defending Shannon Anderson. There was Deline Alon.
Oh, he looked like he hit himself in the face. He's all right.
Well, we saw his own. Just knocked in his 40th point.
I'm wondering why he hadn't gotten hit in the face more than what he's doing out there to them.
No question.
Fatherhood has agreed with Kobe Bryant since little Italia was born a couple weeks ago. He has been on a tear. Shaq is getting healthy and getting in shape. That is the one thing the teams cannot compete against is Shaquille O'Neal. They have not found a remedy. They can't inoculate themselves from him. Then you got Kobe. And then these other ones, Danny, as you talked about early in the broadcast, if the supporting cast of Fisher and Fox and Robert Horry, if they all come to play and do what they're supposed to do, who's going to beat the Lakers?
Well, especially defensively. You know, we talk about making the outside shots, which they have to do, of course. But they also, if they play this kind of defense, and you know, the Lakers have been vulnerable to the pick and roll defense and to the quick guards. And that was the same last year where Steve Nash and Mike Bibby and those guys gave the Lakers so many problems. That's still a hole, but they're compensating it with just Kobe and Shaq